Child killer Ian Huntley, after getting attacked in prison, has had his life support machine cut off by the decision of his mom, and he has been declared passed away. He got attacked in prison and was also blinded by the person who attacked him. And obviously, I think he was on life support for a few days, maybe even like a week. And they have finally took him off him, which is great news. I can't lie. If you don't know who Ian Huntley is, this is him, by the way. He is a child killer who killed two girls in the early 2000s, I think. These are the two girls that he actually murdered, right, in the early 2000s, and he's been in prison ever since. And yeah, man, the news came out literally like 10 hours ago that his life support machine been cut off, and I can't lie, nobody has no sympathy for him, and everyone's just celebrating. I can't lie, I've seen the comments. Yeah, man, everyone just gasped. Like, you could just see. R.I.P. Holly and Jessica. The nation has waited 24 years for this. R.I.P. Holly and Jessica, you will never be forgotten. Axa Ruda Cabana next. Blind and constant pain would be better than death. True say. R.I.P. to the girls. You know what I mean? So yeah, obviously this is Ian Huntley. And this was his interview where he basically acted like he's searching for the girls that he had murdered, right? So we're gonna watch this.
We're here at 6:15. Well, we have an eyewitness. Ian Huntley here is a familiar figure. Evening, Ian.
Imagine this is after he has murdered two little girls, right? And he's like, this is a psychopath, bro. You get me? The way he's acting, so normal. Even this news reporter couldn't read into his lies.
School caretaker. The girls, Jessica and Holly, would know you, and they saw you on the front doorstep. What went on?
Well, I don't know the girls. I stood on the front doorstep grooming my dog down. She'd run away and come back a bit of a mess. They just came across and asked how Miss Carr was, as she used to teach them at St Andrews. I just said she weren't very good, as she hadn't got the job. And they just says, please tell her that we're very sorry. And off they walked in the direction of the library over there.
You get me? That was his interview after he has murdered two little girls and basically got away with it. You get me? At that moment. However, eventually he was found guilty for their murder. He was the caretaker at their school, and he was the last person that seen them. He obviously, I think he went through a trial, and then he was found guilty for these two little girls, Holly and Jessica, I think. And yeah, he's been found dead. You get me? This guy hasn't actually uploaded a video, updated video. However, 21 hours ago, before his life support machine got cut off, he has uploaded this. So we're gonna watch this first. We'll watch this one, where the news actually talks about his life support machine getting cut off. Life support cut off. Shut off. Yeah, look, as you can see. Soham fiend. Okay, we're gonna. Soham fiend Ian Huntley was hours from death after his life support machine was switched off. The double child killer's life was ebbing away after medics withdrew a ventilator following consultations with his mother, Linda Richards. Linda, 71, the sole relative to visit him in the hospital, was understood to have been at his bedside as his pitiful life slipped away. Sources said Huntley's life support machine was switched off after a brain test showed he was in a vegetative state. And this was actually the guy who killed him, bro. You get me? Yo, my man's he got ratings. I can't lie, fam. You get me? I don't know why he did attack the Ian Huntley, but bro, no one's saying. You get me? No one's really hating on my man for doing it, fam. Huntley had been blinded in a savage ambush at HMP Frankland, Durham, understood to have been carried out by triple killer Anthony Russell, 43. A source said, "This is it. This is the end of Huntley. He is effectively dead, and at the best is during the monster's demise." What was that said? Bro, what's this? Move that, bro. The monster's demise comes as almost as 24 years after the death of the 10-year-olds Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman in Soham. You get me? The poor little girls, but as you can see, bro, innocent lives been taken, fam. And so I don't feel no sympathy, no nothing, bro. You get me? You got blinded. It would have been better if he was blinded his whole life and just went through pain like that. However, he basically got the easy way out with death. You get me? But we're gonna watch this behind bars TV. This is his update on before he just passed. Before he's passed, so he hasn't updated us yet on his passing. However, the news, Le Sun, has updated us, telling us that his mom has shut off his life support machine and he has basically passed away. You get me? So yeah, let's watch this. Ian Huntley declared blind, only days left to live.
And he is very unlikely to survive. Now, I told you I would keep you all updated as soon as I heard anything or as soon as there was anything online. And a lot of you don't read articles online. You come straight here to Behind Bars TV to find out the nitty gritty and find out what's going on inside the prisons. Now, whichever one of the ones of you, that watched my first video on this absolute wronging, when I told you that I'd getting some info before it had actually went to the papers, and that source that gave us info on this case did go a bit quiet, and I was thinking to myself, because I kept trying to get some more info to keep you all updated, but it now all makes sense because they would have been told, the officers or the people that work inside the prison, they would have been told to keep this hush hush. This is going to be a murder case. If you leak any info to the press or to journalists like myself, online journalists, YouTubers or whatever, then you could be in serious trouble because, like I've just said, this is now going to be a murder case. And I do know people as well who work in the hospitals and work in the RVI. I've been in touch with them and asked for some info on this, and tight-lipped straight away, they said, we don't know anything. Yes, we work in the hospital, but it's in a different department, and they've all been told the same. Do not speak about this. They put the frighteners on them and said, if you leak anything about this, about Huntley, you will be called up to court, and you could receive a summons, or you could receive an arrest warrant for leaking information, and you will be called to be a witness to the murder trial. So as you can imagine, professionals working in prisons or hospitals are going to think, shit, I ain't saying nothing. So that is why I've been unable to find...
So basically the people who have obviously witnessed what happened, know what happened inside a prison, they were told to keep hush hush because it's obviously a murder case now. But at that time, it was still like an attempted murder case, and they could have got in trouble for it if they leaked it to the press at that time. But obviously now it's confirmed that his life support machine been switched off and that, so we can talk about it now. But it's still an ongoing murder case, as that guy who attacked him is obviously going to get sent down for murder. But I can't lie, he's already serving he's a triple killer, so he's already serving basically all his life in jail, I'm pretty sure. So you get me, no one's gonna really be disappointed in that. He won't be disappointed. He can add another 100 years on his sentence, he won't care, you know what I mean? At least in his eyes he probably did the right thing, you know what I mean? I don't know why he attacked him. I don't know if it's because he knew who Ian Huntley was or another reason. However, I'm pretty sure everyone in the UK knows who Ian Huntley is, and if you're on the wing with him, you'll definitely know that He'll be a notorious prisoner. So yeah, man, he definitely attacked him because he knew he was a child killer, man, 100%.
Anything further apart from what's online. And I have been sent these articles that came out yesterday, and somebody did send us an anonymous email and said, have a look at this article. Even though it says in the article it's not verified, I'm telling you, this is exactly what's happening. So, it's in the Sun newspaper and the Express and a couple of others, which I have seen online. And I do know that obviously these papers pay people for the story, so it's obviously been leaked out. Somebody's probably thought there's a little bit dough involved in this. I'm going to leak the info. So Ian Huntley has been registered, been declared blind. So when I was trying to find out exactly whereabouts this happened, which workshop, if it was a workshop, if it was waste disposal, if it was a slice, which I thought it was initially, and now it's obviously been an instrument that's been smashed over his head, and it has come out that his head was split in two. The paramedics on the scene thought he was dead. The screws and everybody else who went to his aid thought he was dead, but the paramedics found a pulse, put him in an induced coma, and that's where he's been for the past 9 days, in an induced coma. I've been reading some articles online where the healthcare professionals in the hospital, the doctors, have been trying their utmost and trying their best to keep him alive, not for any reason, that because of who he is. They've been trying to keep him alive because they are professionals. That is their job. They don't treat anybody any different. Even though people would think or would like them to do that, they cannot. Doctors are in that duty to save lives. It doesn't matter who it is. And that is exactly what they're doing. They've tried their hardest. And some of the articles I've read, it does say that it looks as though it'll be switched off. He's blind, so it's saying when he's being battered with a spiked metal pole, maybe his eyes have been spiked as well, or he's been smashed in the face. He's got brain damage, he's blind, and
Man said his eyes have been spiked. He got smashed over his head, and his head split in two. Yo, my man had a bad death, though. I can't lie, fam. You get me? He must have went through pain till he died, though. I can't lie. So yeah, man, definitely deserved it, bro. You get me? My man took two innocent lives, and but you get me. Obviously, he was serving prison sentence for it. But obviously, that's not enough justice for the two little girls.
he's not going to make it. His mother has already been called to the hospital. She travelled 170 miles. She went to the papers, or her friend went to the papers and said she doesn't care less about him. She wants him gone. So she'll give the go-ahead to switch.
I even seen somewhere Ian Huntley's daughter, bro, said there's a special place in heaven. I mean, in hell for him. Look, Ian Huntley's daughter tells Son on Sunday there's a special place in hell waiting for him. So even none of his family care for him at all. None of them. Even though, look, they looks like they used to be close, but obviously, as soon as you find out what he done, you can't be close with a person like that, man.
That machine, but obviously the doctors, if they think there's a little bit of a slim chance, then they can't just switch it off. But it's going to be switched off soon, people, and this absolute wronging, putting it nicely, it says he is understood to have been declared blind after being struck in the eyes and suffering brain trauma. And we all know he's serving at least 40 years for killing 10-year-olds Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman. May them two little angels rest in peace, will never be forgotten, especially on this channel, because I will keep their names alive. I'll not be keeping his name alive. When I do future videos, I will speak about those two innocent 10-year-old girls. And it says, our source said it's now looking like he will not pull through, barring a miracle. Huntley never recovered from the battering and never stood much of a chance of doing so. And he knows what it's like to be on the receiving end and be a victim, because that's what he'd done to his two innocent victims. And when it says he never stood much of a chance, neither did Holly and Jessica. So when he's been looking up frightened, the last thing he's seen is that metal bar and the spikes going into him. His condition has not really improved since day one, despite the best efforts from doctors. It looks like it's only a matter of time. It could be days, it could be weeks. It is probably for the best. Few people will shed a tear. The double killer has been on a ventilator since the assault at HMP Frankland last Thursday. He was bludgeoned up to 15 times with a pole, with his attacker boasting, "I've done it, I've done it, I've killed him, I've killed him." And two wrong-uns, because they're both wrong-uns. I've said this previously on here.
The attacker's tapped, can't lie. Man said, I've done it, I've done it.
More so when the other wrong-un has got either a release date or a tariff expiry date. In the case of Anthony Russell, he's serving life without parole. And he's an absolute wrong-un. People were saying, praise him, or people were praising him, saying, let him out, he's a hero. Anthony Russell is an absolute bacon beast wrong-un. He killed his friend, then his friend's mother, who was hunting for his son when he was missing. Then he went on to kill a 30-year-old, 5-month pregnant woman.
Even that attacker who killed Ian Huntley, he was finished, bro. My man killed his friend's mom, and some other guy, bro. You get me? He was tapped, bro. So he definitely knew who Ian Huntley was as well, bro. You get me? And yeah, man. And took his life, innit? You get me? Just for the two little girls, even though he's got no personal relationship to Ian Huntley, but the guy's tapped. He would have just done it on a randomly, innit? He would have just known that Ian Huntley's on his wing. He was like, oh yeah, eventually he's just gonna get him, and he did this thing, bro. At the end of the day, he's got nothing else to lose. You get me? He's already serving 3 life sentences, bro.
Before raping her, then murdered her. So he is an absolute wrong-un. And prison, a lot of people will be thinking, well, he's in prison. Prison isn't harsh enough for him. So this is where two wrong-uns make a right. One wrong-un is on a ventilator, in a coma, not going to make it. Another wrong-un is now in the block where he'll be for the next 5 to 10 years. So he will suffer even more, which he needs to because of what he done. That poor unborn baby, that baby would have been a toddler now. And
what? My man unalived the unborn child. Crazy, bro. And now he's gonna be down the block for 10 years. That's crazy as well, man. You get me? But like I said, bro, my man got nothing else to lose. You get me? He deserves it. Both of them deserve what they got, bro. Can't lie.
I forget what year it was, but the baby would have been a grown human being now. That baby never stood a chance. Neither did the mother. So now he's not going to stand much of a chance. He'll be wanting to do all sorts to himself, stuck inside of a block for the next 5 to 10 years. So two wrong-uns make a right, because one is on his way to hell and the other one is living in hell. So that now becomes a right in the righteous eyes, in my eyes, in the viewer's eyes. Because Huntley being gone is a right, a tick. Anthony Russell living in hell inside of prison is a tick. Two wrong-uns make a right. So Huntley has not responded to treatment, and doctors are said to be weighing up switching off his ventilator after consulting with his relatives. His daughter said send him to hell, and his mother said be gone, we want rid of him. She wants the nightmare to be over, that's what she said. The medics have worked wonders in keeping him alive for so long to treat every patient the same, but they are monitoring him really closely, and he is not responding well or showing signs of recovery. They have been doing brainstem tests, and he don't look good for Bacon Huntley. And if by some miracle he does survive, he's likely to be blind, and there won't be much of him left. He got hit in the eyes with a pole and has also suffered brain trauma. His head injuries are so bad you would not be able to identify him in hospital. Insiders revealed there was a change in circumstance with Huntley on Tuesday, following not an upwards move, a deterioration in health on his way to hell. So that was when obviously his mother travelled 170 miles from Lincolnshire to be beside his side, and she said that. So she says he was unrecognisable after the savage attack, but she also went on to say, I hope he just goes so this nightmare can be over. And he was jailed with a minimum tariff of 40 years, eligible for parole in 2042, but that year will not be coming round for Mr. Bacon Huntley. He is no more. And if by some miracle he does survive, there'll be nothing there, nothing there. He will be suffering inwardly, but we'll see, and I will keep you updated like I promised on this absolute wrong'un. And whilst I'm flicking through this article, when I done a video the other day about Wayne Couzens, The Sun, The Mirror, all these papers watch my channel, and sometimes they do stories off the back of what I've done. Some of you might have seen on Facebook, I was plastered over every paper in every city in the 4 countries of the UK, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and obviously England. So in this article that I'm looking at now, underneath the one I've just been reading, says number one target, Wayne Cousins petrified of being attacked in jail after Ian Huntley beaten. And this came out the day after I done my video. But when they done that one, when the plastered is all over every paper, yeah, because I had done an interview with the Mirror a couple of years back about HMP Frankland, and everyone was sending us and saying you're in the papers, you're all over. It was all over Facebook. It had been seen by hundreds of thousands of people. But they did plug me channel because I was thinking the Sly Dogs haven't even been in touch to ask me permission or to give us the entitlement like they did when they'd done the interview 2 years ago. But like I've just said, they plugged me channel, so it's done all right for me channel. But people, if you are still watching up till now, remember, if you are subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. But go down, double check, because a staggering 65% of viewers are still not subscribed. So go down, double check. It is free to subscribe. Hit the button, hit the notification bell. And if you are enjoying the content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as I've just said. I'm going to leave that one there for now, people. Take care, but most importantly, stay safe. Ian Huntley has been declared entitlement like.
So, as you can see, two wrong guns basically went at it with each other. One came out alive, and the other one was on life support, and his life support machine has finally got cut off. You get me? But yeah, man, that's Ian Huntley gone out of this world. I don't think no one even gave a toss about him these past few years anyway, and he was forgotten. But now, good news, actual justice came for the two little girls, and I'm sure the family of the two little girls will be happy with the outcome, knowing that the guy faced torture instead of prison, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, that's the story. That's the update on Ian Huntley. That's the end of his story. The how do I say it? The end of the book, the end of the chapter. For the child killer. Get me? He got sent. He definitely got sent down to hell. He ain't going nowhere near heaven. And yeah, man. I hope no one feels sorry for him. I hope everyone knows the guy deserved it, fam. You get me? And just imagine the families, bro, what they experienced in these last 20 years or however long, knowing that he's still alive. Just, you get me? The UK prisons ain't that bad, bro. But yeah, now they finally hear that he got tortured. That's some kind of prison justice, even though he got done up by a wrong gun as well, because the guy who done him up done some horrible things. But regardless, he's unalive now. So yeah, guys, it's been your boy PP24s. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Like the guy said, bro, most people who watch the channels don't subscribe, bro. Please subscribe. And leave your comment on what you think about this situation. And yeah, it's been a long time waiting for this, bro, and it's finally happened, bro. You get me? Karma is real, and God exists. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, guys, it's been your boy PP24s, and I'm out here, man. Peace.